Hello team and welcome back to the channel. So before starting the video, a small request to you guys, please subscribe to the channel. We are very close to 1000 subscribers. Okay, also I upload videos on daily basis at 9 a.m. in the morning. Now coming to today's topic, so today we are gonna create a complete CI/CD pipeline from scratch using Jenkins. Okay, so the stages that we'll be using is, first of all, we will fetch the source code from GitHub to Jenkins. Then using Maven we will build the application. Then using Sonarqube and dependency check we will perform some security analysis on our source code. Then using Docker we will be creating a Docker image. Then using Trivy, which is another security tool, we will scan our Docker image. And finally, using a Docker container we will deploy the application. Okay, so the application will be looking something like this, which is basically a Docker desktop page. Okay, so we'll be deploying this application, and these are the links on which you can click to go to the official Docker page to learn this. Okay, so this is like very interesting application which has all these things. Okay, so we'll be building and deploying this application on our server. Okay, also I'll be using this repository which I have in my GitHub. So I would really request you can follow me on GitHub as well, so that you can access all these deployment ready repositories. Okay, also all the steps that you will be needing to build and deploy this application you can get in the description, so don't hesitate to go there and get that list of steps. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started. Okay team, so you can see I have set up my Jenkins on this server. Okay, next what you need to do, the prerequisite for like creating the CI/CD pipeline for this project is that you should be having JDK 17 installed and Maven at least 3.8. okay, so this will be the first project in which we will be using JDK 17, which is one of the latest version of JDK. Okay, usually we use JDK 8 or 11, but in this project we'll be using JDK 17. Okay, so also, like in case you are new to Jenkins pipeline and all, then you can refer the videos in description where I have like created Jenkins full course as well as Jenkins pipeline script tutorial. Okay, so first of all, on Jenkins we need to go to manage Jenkins, and in manage plugins you need to install one plugin. Okay, so here you need to search for simply JDK and you will find this plugin. So install this will help you get the JDK 17 very easily. Okay, so once you have installed it, go to manage Jenkins and here go to global tool configuration. Scroll down and here you can see in JDK I have installed configured JDK 17. Okay, you can see here. Similarly for Maven also we need to configure Maven version at least 3.8. so you can see here that also I have configured Maven 3.8.8. okay, so once you have configured these tools, you are good to go. Now again come to Jenkins dashboard, click on create job, and here let's provide a name as Docker desktop. This will be the name of our project. Click on pipeline, we are going to create a pipeline, click OK. Okay, and as usual we will select discard old builds number to 2 because we want to limit the number of builds in the history. Okay, scroll down and here we will select a template. Okay, and first step we want, okay, before creating first step I will just clone and create another step because we are going to create multiple stages, right? Okay, so first stage that we will be having is git checkout, which is done to get the source code fetched in our local workspace. Okay, also let me increase the size of this page. Yeah, okay. Also, if you are new to Jenkins, you can take help from pipeline syntax, which is very useful tool. So we will open pipeline syntax and here go to git. Okay, and here we need to provide the URL. So we will copy the URL from here, go back and paste the URL here, and here we need to provide the branch name. So in my case branch name is main, and credentials it won't be required as of now the repository is public. We can click on generate pipeline script. Okay, then copy this and simply paste it here. Okay, so one stage has been completed. Next we can add another stage, which is to compile the source code. Okay, let me create, yeah, okay. Also make sure that no two stages have same name because that will cause an error. So second stage we want to perform compile. Okay, yeah, and here I can run the command as such, double quotes, mvn compile. Okay, since you can see like I'm using a new tool Maven, so we need to define. I have mentioned earlier also, whenever you use any specific tool in your pipeline, you need to define it, which can be done here. So we have this tools section and the format is curly braces, and here we need to provide the name, first we need to provide the type of tool, which is JDK for Java, then in single quotes name of the tool, which is JDK 17, which I just showed you how we configured, right? Then we have Maven, and name of the tool will be Maven 3.8. Okay, so git checkout done, compile done. Okay, so maybe what we can do, we can run these stages. Okay, and let's see what happens. So I have saved it. Now we will click on build now. You can see it said build scheduled, and progress we can see here. So you can see first the tools that we mentioned, it will install those tools. Okay, and since we are doing it for the first time, you can see here it says unpacking JDK 17. Okay, also remember that this is the prerequisite, like JDK 17 and Maven 3.8 at least we need to have to build this project. Okay, so you can see it is installing JDK 17, which might take some time. Okay, so JDK 17 installed. Now it is cloning the repository. Okay, now it has started the compilation process. Since we have defined Maven also, so it is able to run this command easily. Okay, so it will download. Okay, some error is there from building web apps, unknown lifecycle come. Okay, sorry, this spelling was wrong, which we can correct. Go to configure, and here, yeah, we can provide the correct name, which is Maven compile. Okay, click apply, and again we will start the trigger. Okay, and progress we can track here. Okay, you can see like 3 stages. So git checkout completed and compile it is doing. So compile will take little bit of time. Okay, I think it is completed. We can scroll to the end, and here we can see compilation is complete. Okay, next what we want to do is do some security analysis on our source code. Okay, so that we'll be doing with the help of Sonarqube as well as the OWASP dependency check. Okay, so first of all, let me configure Sonarqube server, which will be Docker. Using a Docker, I will create Sonarqube server. Okay, so command will be docker run -d, then name of the server will be Sonar, and port I want to run on 9000, host port as well as container port, space, name of the Sonarqube image which we want, Sonarqube, then colon, then LTS-community. So LTS community version we want to use, click enter, and it should start creating the container. Okay, you can see it is downloading the images, all the layers that is needed to create this container. Okay, so once this download is complete, it will start creating the container. Okay, yeah, container has been created. Yeah, you can see the ID here. See, once you see this ID, that means our container is created. Okay, now to access the Sonarqube instance, we can copy the IP address of our VM, paste somewhere, colon 9000, sorry about that, yeah, colon 9000, which is the port on which our Sonarqube is running. Click enter, and you can see Sonarqube is starting. Okay, so meanwhile Sonarqube is starting, we can configure our stage. Okay, so next stage I want to configure is Sonarqube analysis. Okay, and here see, since we need to use Sonarqube, so we need to have the plugin for Sonarqube as well. Okay, so for that we will go to Jenkins dashboard. From here go to manage Jenkins, and then go to manage plugins. Okay, so go to available plugins and search for Sonar. You can see Sonar Scanner 2.15 version. We will install this. Click on install without restart, and progress we can track here. Once this plugin is installed, we will set up this plugin with the latest version. Okay, meanwhile it is downloaded, so we can go to manage Jenkins again, and as I mentioned previously also, For tool configuration, we always go to global tool configuration, scroll down, and we should be able to see this option, Sonarqube scanner. This is appearing because we just installed the plugin. Click on add Sonarqube. Here we will provide a name as Sonar scanner, and here latest version we will use. Click on apply. Okay, so this part done. Next we need to start with the Sonarqube server also. So let me log in. By default the password username will be admin. Okay, so if you are doing it for the first time, it will ask you to change the password. So I will just change it to something else. Okay, click on update, and yeah, so Sonarqube is registered. Now we need to connect to Sonarqube to our Jenkins, right? So here, first of all, for that we need to define the Sonarqube tool which we have just configured, which was let me show you again in case you forgot. We will yeah, see this tool we have just configured, Sonar scanner. So we need to define this tool in our pipeline, right? So that we can do by creating an environment, then curly braces, click enter. Okay, and how we will define is providing the path of home of this tool. Okay, scanner home is equal to tool in single quotes, name of the tool, which is sonar-scanner, right? Okay, now we need to start the analysis here. So we have a multi-line code for the Sonarqube analysis. So we will write sh and triple quotes we need to write. Okay, here we will call our Sonarqube scanner tool, okay, which we just configured above. So scanner home /bin/sonar-scanner. Okay, so this will start the this is basically calling the executable of Sonar scanner, right? Okay, now here we need to provide the URL. So now we need to create a connection to Sonarqube server and to our Jenkins. Okay, so here first of all we need to provide the sonar.url, and here we need to provide the URL of Sonarqube server, which is this one till 9000. Copy this and we will paste it here. Okay, next, so next we need to provide the authentication. So for authentication we will be using token. Okay, so first of all sonar.login equal to we need to provide the tokens. For token, go to administration, then security, then users, and here we need to provide a token name and click on generate. So token also generated. Now we will copy the token, paste it here. Okay, now we need to provide 3 more arguments, which will be dsonar dot project name, which will be docker dash desktop. Okay, slash to go to next line. So 2 more two more arguments we need to give, which is -d sonar dot java dot binaries. Okay, since we are using a Maven based Java project, so we need to provide the path of Java binaries. So I will just put a dot, that means it is on root directory, and one last argument we need to provide, which is dsonar dot project key. Okay, so basically anything we can provide, but for now we will just go with same name as our project name, which is docker dash desktop. Okay, docker dash desktop. Okay, and we will close the shell script. Okay, okay, so Sonarqube analysis done. Now one more thing which we need to have is OWASP dependency check, which is another security tool. Okay, so that also we can configure in this format. So here we need to provide a name will be OWASP. Okay, and here we need to provide a format. So for OWASP there's a specific format which you need to put. So this is the one, Also, like, don't worry, like this will be like added in the description, so you can get it from there. Okay, so before doing this, we need to configure another tool, which is OWASP dependency check. So for that, we will go to manage plugins, go to available plugins, and here search OWASP. Select it, click on install without restart. Just to let you know, OWASP dependency check is a tool which is used for like finding out vulnerability in your source code. Okay, so once the tool is installed, you can go to manage Jenkins, go to global tool configuration, scroll down, and here you can see dependency check. It is there, so we need to configure it. So here we can provide the name as DP, any name you can provide, but I will just go with DP. And here dependency check, version you want to select, so I will go with 6.5.1. okay, that's all. Click apply. It is done. Now same thing here, we need to like provide, see what are the things have been provided. Dependency check additional arguments. So here argument we can add, there are multiple arguments. For example, one of the argument is scan. So here we need to define which path it needs to scan. / mean it will scan whole root directory. Okay, so there are like several other arguments. For example, this format. Okay, so if I provide format as HTML, then it will generate the report in the HTML format, but as of now let it be, we will just use the XML format. In ODC installation, we will provide the name of the tool that we configured. In our case, we just configured DP. Then we have dependency check publisher pattern, which means the report that will be generated. Okay, so this stage also is running, will run. So meanwhile, we can just add another stage to build our application. Okay, so name will be build, and command we want to provide is sh double quotes mvn clean install. Okay, yeah, so these things configured, we can trigger it, click on apply, and we can start the pipeline. Okay, click on build now, and we can see the progress. Here you can see git checkout completed, compilation is going on, which will take around like 3 seconds, I guess. Yeah, now it is running Sonarqube analysis just to, okay, some issue came, let's check it out. Project key, to find the following mandatory properties for unknown project key. Okay, let's see in our pipeline. Scroll down and okay, dsonar project name, docker desktop. Okay, spelling is wrong, we missed little bit J. Project key, now it should be fine. Click apply, and we should start the build again. Okay, and see the reason that last time in the beginning of the pipeline we configured discard old builds. Okay, so the maximum number of builds that you should be seeing here is 2 in the history you can see, and 1 is running, that's all. But as of now, like 4 builds we have run, but you can see just 2 in history and 1 in the current progress, right? Okay, so let it run. It will take like quite some time as of now. Okay, just to confirm everything running fine, we can scroll. Okay, see analysis complete. Just to check the analysis, we can go to our Sonarqube server, go to home, and here our project is generated. You can see total number of lines are 232. It found 7 bugs in our source code and 2 code smells, which can be later like fixed by our developer team, right? So you can see in the better format, these are the issues that we are found out. So these can be assigned to a certain developer who will fix the issues. Okay, coming back to our pipeline, this will take some time. So meanwhile it is running, we can configure our next stage. Okay, so till how much we configured, so till build we have configured. Now we need to run the docker commands. Okay, so for that again we will create another stage. Okay, click here. Okay, and let's provide a name as docker build and push. We are going to push our docker image to docker public repository. Okay, which I will show you in a minute. Okay, now another thing that we need to have here is first of all, you make sure that you note down Docker commands are supposed to be enclosed in a script. So how do we do that? By writing script and brackets. Okay, inside here we need to like put our Docker commands, but before that we need to add Docker plugin as well. Okay, so we will go to manage plugins and go to available plugins, and here search for Docker. Okay, see, okay, so Docker, then Docker pipeline, Docker build step, yeah, this much will install. Click on install without restart, and it will take a minute to be installed, getting installed. Okay, so it is getting installed. Meanwhile, we can track our progress once again. If I open it in a new page, you can see it is still running OWASP because it is running for the first time, and for OWASP it basically takes little bit of time for downloading all the like required dependencies. Okay, you can see it is downloading by year based, because like every year whatever like issues it found out, it keeps it in certain place and it will download those things. Okay, so let it be. Meanwhile, yeah, here also you can see our Docker plugins have been installed successfully. Let me close this. Now we can like add this stage. Okay, in case you are very new, you can go to pipeline syntax, click it and open it in a new page, and here you will see one option with Docker registry. Okay, so if you are using a Docker Hub public registry, you don't need to provide a URL. For credentials, definitely we need to provide, because we are going to use our own repository. So for username, we will provide like your own username. In my case it is this one. Password I need to configure. Yeah, and description you can provide anything, so I will just go with Docker creds. Click on add, and here we will select the credentials. Click generate. Okay, now we have generated the this enclosure sort of thing for our Docker steps. We will copy this and paste it inside script. Okay, now we need to write our command here. Okay, so let's do that as well. Okay, so Docker commands we will write inside shell. We will write Docker command as docker build -d, name I want as docker desktop. Okay, and Docker file, I think it just dot, because Docker file we have on the root location, I guess. Just let me check. Yeah, Docker file is on root location, so we can just put a dot and click apply. Okay, let me make sure that we have ran all the commands. Okay, so you can see all the stages have been completed as of now, so we can start. And okay, meanwhile what I will do, I will add the Docker build and push both commands. So once we have built our Docker image, we can tag it. Tag command will be docker tag. Old image name is docker desktop, and new image. So new image, basically we need to provide a format which is username, in my case Adi Jaiswal, / any name you want. So I will go with docker desktop. Then a version basically we need to provide, so I will go with latest. Okay, this is done. Final step is to push the Docker image. Okay, so docker push, and which image we have, this one, so we will provide this name, and this will push the Docker image. Okay, just to check, I will click on apply and start the build. Okay, we can see the progress here. Let's open it, scroll down. Okay, build compilation complete. Sonarqube stage is running now. Okay. Okay, so analysis completed. Now it will start with the OWASP dependency check stage. Okay, you can see analysis started, and it is starting the analysis on different parts of the source code. Okay, which might take few seconds, no worries. See, last time it took 4 minutes 5 seconds, but this time it should not take that much time. The reason for that, it has already downloaded all the dependencies required for this application to run. Okay, if I again go here, you can see, okay, it's still running. Okay, no issues. We will wait for it to complete. Okay, so once then it completes this stage, then it will go to build stage from Maven. Maven will build the artifact. Okay, OWASP completed. We can scroll down and you can see it completed the Maven stage and it generated the artifact. Okay, now this artifact will be used by Docker to build the Docker image, and you can see that is even being done, and Docker tagged our image and it is now getting pushed. So Docker image is pushed. Just to view the Docker image, we can go to Docker Hub and I can log in with my credentials just to show you that we have successfully pushed our Docker image. Okay, if I click on sign in, provide the username as Sadi Jaiswal, enter, and password would be this. Okay, this is like a speed run for me because very fastly I'm writing all these pipelines. Okay, so here you can see Docker desktop pushed few seconds ago. If I open this tag, we can check here. You can see tag is latest. Great. So all the stages completed except one, which is the Docker deployment. And other than that, you can see here our OS dependency check is running fine. It found out medium level, high level, and critical level like issues in our source code, which can be fixed later. Okay, so as of now, how many stages we have created? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stages we have created. Another stage, which will be the last stage, is the deployment of the application. Correct. So if I scroll down here, copy this stage, okay, and yeah, paste it here. Okay, so name we need to change, which will be Docker deploy, and here we need to run one command, which is to create the container of our Docker image. Okay, the command goes like docker run -d to run it in detached mode, because if you don't put -d, this job will never finish, and that is the problem. So I will just put -d, then we'll provide a container name, which will be docker desk. Okay, spelling is wrong, let me just correct it. Okay, docker desk, and here, okay, docker run -d. Now we need to provide the port. I want to keep as 8081:8081. So container and host port is 8081. Okay, and then the image name. So image name we can copy from here, paste it here, and this looks good. Click on apply. Okay, so if this goes, if this pipeline runs successfully, you will subscribe. I hope so. Okay, so we have started our build, and progress we can track here. We can see Sonarqube analysis running. We can just, let's track the progress from here itself. Okay, so also, like you can see, this pipeline looks pretty good. Okay, if I go back to Sonarqube, see, even here you can see the progress, like when was last time this project got created. Last analysis was 23 seconds ago, right? Okay, now it is OWASP completed. Now it is building the jar file. If we want to see the progress in detail, we can go to logs. You can see Docker tag done, Docker image getting pushed again. This is okay, so I guess like Docker image already got pushed, and yeah, so we can see this is the ID and the container has been created. Okay team, so as we can see, our application is deployed and running on 8080 port. Okay, and basically, as I mentioned before also, like this is a simple application which has links that are pointing to the official Docker pages. For example, If I click on Docker CLI, it will take me to Docker CLI on the official page. Okay, and similarly for other also. Let's try opening these. See, you can see Docker CLI, then Docker command line. It is like just taking us to like Docker official pages. Okay, so this is like just basic application that is just deployed, and I hope you understand the point how we are deploying applications through Docker. So if the video was useful for you, please give it a like. Also, if you are new on my channel, then make sure to subscribe. So thanks for watching.